Hey guys, welcome to season 2, episode 12 of In My Beauty Bag, the beauty of business with balance. I'm your host, Yamina, founder and business and legal consultant for entrepreneurs and creators. I'm super excited to talk about this particular episode because this is something I have been really going into really deep over the last few years, and even more so as things change almost daily, and that is AI. Today we'll be talking about the AI advantage and how smart founders and creators use AI to scale faster. AI is just not it's just not for big businesses, right? Now AI is for everyone. And I will say, if you are not using AI, you need to start using it now because it is no longer the future. It's what's happening today, yesterday, and it will keep on. So you need to jump in while, you can kind of catch up, right? Because the truth of the matter is, it's transforming how entrepreneurs, small business owners, and content creators work, market, and grow their businesses. So whether you're running a beauty brand like Yanni Beauty, you're running a consulting firm like Integral Starts Consulting, or maybe you have a YouTube channel, I'm there too. AI can save you time, cut costs, and boost your creativity. But it's only if you know how to use it right. And so in this episode, we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to help you use AI to your advantage. We'll talk about AI powered productivity hacks. We'll talk about the best AI tools for things like marketing, social media, and automation. We'll talk about Contractr AI and how it helps you with your legal needs, how to balance AI and your authentic brand voice, and then some trendy AI topics. But before we do that, I want you to take a moment to get grounded. You can take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's get started. So, 1, the AI takeover. Why creators and founders need to tap in now. So guys, AI is revolutionizing content creation, marketing, and business operations. And so it is no longer you have to do everything manually. You don't even have to think of every topic when you have the support of AI. Digital creators can use AI to work smarter, not harder. This also is for entrepreneurs when you're thinking about your marketing, your operations, and things like that. And to tell you some of the things that you can use for that. So if you are a content creator, for instance, you're always thinking about ways to create content, what's trending, how you can have a flow to your content. Sometimes you may run out of ideas, right? And so you can use AI, things simple like ChatGPT, in order to create you a content calendar, for instance. You can create scripts for your, YouTube channel or your TikTok videos. You can ask AI to write your, hashtags or your captions, right? So all of these things, whether you're the business owner or you're the content creator, you can use AI to help you with that. But you can also use AI beyond the creative things, right? You can use AI for business operations. So for instance, you can use things like Perplexity AI, which will, it's a search chat feature. I personally use it for things like asking it What is my potential market share if my business expanded to a particular area? Or if I brought in a new product or service, if I decreased or expanded my, audience, what that can look like. But you can talk to it about all types of things. It's not just about one particular thing or just something creative. You can really use it for business operations. And we're going to talk about that even more ways that you can use AI for your business operations. But just think about ad copy, sales forecasting, think about legal. You can write, business plans or growth strategies, all of those things that you can do using AI. So what's next in AI and innovation? I think some of the things business owners and creators should know about AI and automation is that it is getting more advanced, but you should still make sure that you are being cautious when you're using these tools, or even when you are, listening to someone else give you the information about said tools. Because the thing is, people can use AI to their advantage, but in a negative way for you. So I want you to make sure that when you are using AI or you're following someone else's advice about AI, that you're doing so with the knowing that you have to do your own work around that. And so part 2 is all about AI for productivity. You can automate and optimize to get more done. So these are the things that you can do to automate your business and optimize your business using AI. First, you can use AI scheduling tools. This can help founders and creatives stay organized. And so think about things like Google Calendars, for instance. They have a scheduling feature that you can put into your calendar. You can send people links. There is like an AI tool built in for like your emails, and then that way you can keep track of your calendar. Of course, it can push it to your phone or your computer, send the responses to other participants within a meeting, for instance. AI within these tools like Google Meet or Zoom can capture the information after the meeting. And so using it as a scheduling tool is great. You can put an AI chat feature or bot feature on your website to help schedule appointments for you. Just things like that, so that you're not doing everything yourself, especially if you are a small team, maybe even a team of one. You can kind of think about AI as your personal assistant. You can also use that same AI method in order to automate some of those repetitive tasks like emails, invoices, and project management. And so I want to give you just some of the tools I use, if you don't already use these, to give you an idea. So for email automations, I use MailChimp, or I may use OmniSend, but some of the email automations are actually built into my web hosting platform. And these automations help you respond to customers or clients, whether it tells them how to book an appointment with you or how to pay an invoice. It sends the invoices out and collects the payments, or it sends a thank you email when someone subscribes to your website. These are automation tools that you can use for things like emails and newsletters. For invoices, you can use tools that you use to process payments. So if you had a POS system, whether it's physically in your hand or it is built into your website, those systems a lot of times have automations built in. They'll always have an automation for like a receipt, a transactional, things like that. But you can also have it send things like invoices. So, for instance, I use Square, and I can set up an invoice, and I can have it automatically send that invoice again at another time, or have them scheduled out. Of course, platforms like Stripe do the same thing. And so if you are a person that collects payment through invoices, especially like creators or B2B businesses, invoicing may be common for you. And so just think about using automation to do invoicing. You can also do that through like your bookkeeping software, maybe Xero or QuickBooks. And then project management. So if you have a team, especially, and I'm sure you can use it alone to keep yourself on task, but especially if you have a team and you want to make sure that everybody is on the same page and completing projects at the correct pace, you can use some project management tools such as Asana, and that's the one I use for my small team. We work in there. I have tasks put into Asana, and they can see their task on their end. They can mark them complete. We can send messages, but some of the things can also be automated. So I can just say, I want to do this particular task every day or every Friday. And as soon as one is marked complete, Asana will automatically schedule the new one for me. And so that really keeps us on task. And then you can use AI-powered content repurposing. And brands, business owners, this is not just for creators, because so many of us as business owners, even if we go kicking and screaming, right, we tend to make some form of content for our businesses. And so you don't have to continue to make content for every single platform that you're on, right? You can use, let's say, let me just say this. I'm doing the podcast, and my podcast is on a podcast platform, but then I have it to send a feed to YouTube, and then this podcast is on YouTube. But I can also use some AI repurposing tools that can break this podcast down, and I've really started to do that recently. It can break this podcast down into more bite-sized pieces, whether it's 30 seconds or 1 minute. So then I can use those clips into other platforms, short form video or voice platforms. Like if I want to make this a TikTok video, or sometimes I post this on LinkedIn so that I can just give a snippet of what the episode is about. And then so I can just repurpose this, so I'm not creating 50 pieces of content every single day. Because again, especially if you are not a content creator, you're a business owner, you have employees, you have other things to do, you don't want to sit here and do content all day, every day. And so you can start to use some AI powered tools in order to help you repurpose that content. Part 3 is all about Contractr AI and how it helps you protect your business and your content. And so if you don't know, Contractr AI is an AI platform that has legal and business tools for entrepreneurs and creatives. And you can use Contractr AI to create, legal agreements or do some of your business operation things, in order to save you time and to save you money. But really, it's so great for the legal, because a lot of entrepreneurs, small business owner, creators are not legal experts. They may not know how to draft a contract, or even when they do draft a contract, they may not know if a clause is missing, or, is it legally sound. But if you get on Contractr AI, you can create different contracts like NDAs or brand deal agreements, partnership agreements and things like that just by answering a few questions, and then it'll generate the text for you, and then you have the opportunity to make any adjustments. But it can help you in that way, and that's just how AI and automation works, right? It's made to make your life easier. um, this tool can help you avoid some of those legal pitfalls that can cost you money down the road, or again, even up front. Because if you are not great at understanding legalese and you're trying to create a contract, you may, write yourself into a hole or to something that you didn't want to actually sign up for. And so just thinking about even using AI today for legal things. Four, what we'll talk about is AI for marketing and social media. And this will help you put your growth on autopilot, hopefully. And so you can use things like AI driven caption and hashtag generators for things like Instagram and TikTok. You know how algorithms work. They want to, kind of read certain content, pick up on certain words. And so this can help you. You can find tools that'll know what's trending on different platforms. You can even ask things like, again, ChatGPT to give you a list of relevant hashtags, maybe hashtags that are trending or have been trending recently. You can use these things to predict if this particular trend has a possibility to go viral, if that is your goal. And then you can also have it create like AI based email and ad copywriting that increases the conversion. So we talked about how you could do those emails like newsletters. But you can take it a step further and use AI to make sure that let's say your email subject lines or your call to actions, your CTAs, or even your ad copy for different platforms, even like Google Ads, is something that may convert. And then, the good thing is when you think about business operations, you can even do like A/B testing. You can have it create you some ad content or copy first, and then, have some different test options to see which ones are better. And, this helps you, especially if you are a more scrappy business owner. You don't have the budget to pay a marketing firm a $2,500, $5,000, $10,000 a month retainer. This is something that can help you start, right? We all have to start somewhere. And then number 5 is AI and authenticity. Balancing between AI and human creativity, right? I know this is one thing I hear all the time. People are like, I always know when someone uses AI. It sounds so robotic. Or, if you use AI, your work is going to sound like everyone else's. And so it's so unoriginal, right? If you're a content creator, you feel like it may take away from your creativity. But there is a way that you can make your brand be human, but still use AI. And so how you use that is all about prompt engineering. How are you prompting your AI and how are you training it? Whether you know it or not, most of the time when we're using an AI tool, we're not only using it for ourselves, we're also training it for our future work, right? And so when you are, let's say, using a tool like ChatGPT and you are telling it about your business, you're asking it to write ad copy, you want to take it a step further, right? You want to kind of let it know who you are. Think about ChatGPT is like your best friend. I always say, like your AI assistant, whatever platform you use, treat it like your best friend or your employee, something like that. Tell it about your brand voice. Tell it who you are, how you would speak. When you get anything generated from AI, make those corrections and let it know, like, no, I wouldn't say this, I would say this, or I wouldn't do this, I would do that. And over time, you're training it to speak more like you. But the thing is, you still have to then go back in and edit. You shouldn't ever take just a raw piece of, AI content and just say, here, I'm going to smack this on an email, I'm going to put this on my social media, because the truth is, we can all tell when people used AI who did not put their own authentic voices or anything into the process, right? You have to make sure that you make it your own by going back and doing editing. You have to add the human touch in order for it to truly be authentic to you. The future of AI in personal branding, storytelling, and customer experience is truly all about you using AI as the tool, but you still being the voice and the expert, right? So AI has so many pieces of information available in moments and seconds. But what you have is the creative brain, the human touch, the emotion that AI does not have, and how you go about making sure your AI has the human touch is to add the human touch. So be sure that whatever you prompt your AI to do, that you're thinking about, you're training it, and then you're going to make the perfections, the corrections, right? So that is all of that about AI. What's in my beauty bag before we go? This week's in my beauty bag is all about how AI powered beauty tools can customize your hair care or skincare routines based on your particular needs. And so there is a company called Myavana. If you haven't heard of it before, for instance, they have AI powered hair care where if you put your hair care, I think a picture of your hair, and it determines the types of products you need for your particular hair type. At Yanni Beauty, we use an AI-powered skincare tool that if you take a picture, it can tell you about your, skin concerns, whether you have acne or red spots or hyperpigmentation, and then can suggest different products for that. And so I would say, if you haven't played around with different AI tools for beauty, go ahead and check that out. Very fun thing to just play around with, right? Like, even if it's not for something like serious, you can always even use AI for the fun stuff. So here are my final thoughts before we jump out of here. Creators and founders can leverage AI just like big businesses, and I highly encourage you to implement it today if you haven't already. But just like I say every week, the best thing that you can do for yourself and your business to prevent yourself from being burnt out, to prevent yourself from stressing, and to prevent you trying to implement so many things at one time that you just throw in the towel, is to try one small thing each week. And so this week, I want you to try one new AI tool and see how it improves your workflow. So again, you can use things like Contractr AI if you are looking for legal documents, partnership agreements, ad copy, sales forecasting, anything like that. It even has a notary, live notary in there. You can use things like ChatGPT to just do overall strategy planning or content planning. You can use Perplexity AI for some of that deeper research. And I'm sure there's other ways you can use it, but I love to use Perplexity AI for market research. You can use things like Asana, a project management tool that also has AI features built in. One thing I didn't talk about was one of my favorite tools is Canva to create different marketing pieces, but Canva also has some AI built in there to create different, avatars or, editing your photos. So Adobe also has Adobe AI. I love that too, and I use it to create different marketing things and images. And so there's so many different AI tools. Think about your business. Think about what can help you today, what will help your workflow the best for the time being, and you try that before you try to throw all the things in your AI arsenal. If you want exclusives about AI, get some AI insights from me, make sure that you subscribe wherever you are listening to this podcast. I want you to rate it. I want you to leave a review. But I also want you to share it with other entrepreneurs, other small business owners, other creators, because the information that I share is, I truly attempt to give you things that you can use now. And I do know as business owners, we are not all in the same stages of business, and we may not have all the same pain points. But there may be something that is not on your list of pain points or needs, but it may be another entrepreneur that you know. So be sure to share these podcasts with your friends and your, entrepreneur and creator friends. I want you to follow me on TikTok and LinkedIn for all things AI, business, wellness. My TikTok is I am Yamina, and my LinkedIn is Integral Start Consulting. I will put that in my caption. Thank you all for listening to episode 12. Be sure to like, rate, subscribe to this podcast, and I will see you in episode 13. Bye for now.